the first level that we've been talking about is the subjective level, the level which is most fundamental because human beings wouldn't be able to talk about culture. We wouldn't be able to talk about institutions if it weren't for this amazing capacity for self-consciousness that we have and self-transcendence. It's what gives us our dignity, our special characteristic as human beings, as microcosms of the macrocosm. So on the cultural level, uh, 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 I want to emphasize that all three of these dimensions are interact with one another, and I'll continue to emphasize that as we go on. But cultural level mirrors the subjective level, right? A culture of peace and education will recognize human dignity and its consequences. So, in terms of people talk about promoting a culture of peace, right? Well, a culture of peace will promote human rights, right? A culture of peace will promote compassion and kindness. A culture of peace will promote nonviolence, and also it will promote a dialogue directed toward mutual understanding. Right? So the subjective uh, self-transcendent capacity that human beings have, right, leading to our understanding of our dignity, our intrinsic human dignity, that the consequences of that are these four dimensions, and the consequences of culture of peace are also these four dimensions. Now, one thing I want to mention there is that peace activists and peace educators, especially around the world, talk very often, as we're all aware, about a culture of peace and promoting a culture of peace. And we all write articles, and we all uh, uh, um, put out products, intellectual products connected with a culture of peace. But I think there's a certain danger in this because what it leaves out is the institutional transformative level, right? And this is what I'm going to be saying in just a moment, that we need all three of these dimensions, the subjective, the cultural, and the institutional. And it's not going to be sufficient as peace leaders and educators to simply limit our efforts to promoting a culture of peace. But I think this is done all over the world, and I think that's not adequate. It's a mistake.